Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to Mindset Monday. Me and Dave are going to talk about the power of repetition. And this is kind of important because this is like a lesson I always go through with my son, and it applies to everybody, right? And it's just this every time you start something new, whether it's you're trying to learn AI for your business, or you're trying to learn marketing to get marketing going, or whatever it is that you want to learn, people expect to be good right away. That shit doesn't happen. Okay. It doesn't ever happen. And basically, it's the reason why a lot of people give up because they set their expectation. Oh, I should be able to do this. This is easy. This guy can do it, and this guy can do it. And I love the mindset of what one man can do, another man can do, because it's true. All right. But on the flip side to this, and people don't understand, it takes time. It takes progress. It takes repetition to master whatever it is that you want to master. And it could be something mundane, like getting your kids ready to get out of the house for school, like Dave had this morning. Okay. Or it could be, hey, I'm learning how to run AI, or I'm learning how to run a team. All right. Team meetings. All right. Team meetings are not easy to run. Right. But once you get through them a couple of times, you kind of get a system, a format, a process down, and it becomes much, much easier. Right. Live video. A lot of people are scared of live video. All right. When you first start, you're all over the place. You don't know which way is up, but you get better through progress. You get better through watching what you're doing. I think one of the things that I work on my son the most with is, he wants to be a great hockey player. He wants to play in the NHL when he gets older. And I will support that as much as I can. Right. And so what he does is I make him shoot. He shoots 200 pucks each and every day, at least 200 pucks. Right. He does his off ice workouts. He watches hockey. He does all his training. Right. So he is probably dedicating 20, 30, 40 hours a week to that in school. Okay. And that repetition gets him better and better and better. Right. Like a year ago, he was playing house league and he wasn't that good. 6 months later, he was one of the better kids. Now he's playing travel and going all over the place. And he's loving the sport that I grew up and that gave me so much. So it's super rewarding. All right. And it's all through repetition. All right. Dave, what do you got on this?
Yeah, dude. Kids are a great example of this because when you notice things with younger kids, right? Like their mind is literally all over the place, right? It's like what they see is
Yeah.
what they want to do. And the thing about kids is when you get them in something repetitive or some type of routine, they start to thrive off of that. Like my kids all summer, it's like kind of scattered in different directions. It's like they have too much time on their hands. But my son's a great example. He's experienced. He's in third grade now. So he gets the whole like morning stuff. It's leading up to that. And it made me realize like, dude, this time off for the summer, holy hell, man, I was a little all over the place this morning. I'm a little behind, and that's okay. But like even seeing kids, hey, what do we do in the morning? It's still the same thing. There's three main things we do. We get dressed, we brush our teeth, we eat breakfast, whatever order typically, and that's it. We have time to go play or do something constructive. Absolutely no electronic, none of that bullshit. Right? Just those three things. And you guys have as much time to do whatever. And they crushed it today. And my daughter followed suit. She picked it up on them. Me, like didn't get some things ready in time with lunch. I'm looking around for stuff. I'm out of that, right? Like I'm out of that repetitive routine that I had with them. And it's like, all right, but am I going to let it ruin my day or affect it? No, because everything else is laid out. I have some buffer time to kind of do everything that I have set up for this Monday. Kids adapt to that, man. Like that's a big thing. And going back to switching this to adults now, when you're looking to acquire a skill or learn something, you have to understand, right? In the beginning, number one, you got to do it, right? You just got to do it. You got to jump in. You said the video thing, and there's a bunch of groups like I'm involved in, and I see always the biggest struggle. Oh, I make a video. I got to worry about this. I got to read it. No, just do it,
Just
right?
do it.
Yeah, 2 feet in, jump in, do it. It's like jumping without the parachute, man. You got to do it. Number two, the next biggest thing, when you come to this realization, you can pretty much do anything that you put your mind to it. You're going to suck and you got to be willing to look bad. Like you have to understand those two things in the beginning and you have to be okay with it. You don't worry about the opinions of anybody else. You don't worry about a bad comment post or none of that, right? You have to understand it's a benchmark. You start somewhere. I'm a big car guy, right? So what do you need? You need a benchmark. If you're building a high horsepower car, it's called a baseline. You got to dyno tune it, right? What's that baseline in the beginning? Oh, all right. Well, we know we got 350 horsepower and my goal is to get 700. So what do you do on the next steps? All right, we got a little tune here. We adjust this air ratio, right? Adjust fuel. Now, boom, next one, we're up to 500. Okay, now what do we do next? You're repeating the process and dialing it in and getting better. Now we're up to 700 horsepower. All right, the goal's 850, right? So what do we got to do next? You keep repeating that process until you keep hitting that desired goal. And the last thing I'll say, and it kind of correlates to that anyway, is you just got to make the mistakes, man. You got to be okay. Like I made mistakes today, like getting these guys ready, right? So how do I evaluate that going into the rest of the week and then the rest of the school year? It will start to flow, be easy. And actually, I'll probably gain more time, and so will they, but you got to be okay with making the mistakes and you just evaluate them. All right, this is what I did here. What can I do better here for the next go around? And you're constantly evaluating that and improving upon that process and always making it better.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, as you level up in one or two areas of your life, you usually level up in the rest of them too, right? Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, the power that I find in 75 hard, right? Because I'm on day 15 or 16 right now, is I am very routine. Okay. And that routine allows me to get a lot more done. I don't have to even think about it. I know as soon as I wake up, get my outdoor workout in. As soon as I wake up, take a picture, a progress picture, right? And it's every single day. And I know I'm going to read at the end of the day. The reading keeps me sharp. It eliminates a lot of brain fog. Okay. And it's just setting these little things that I do on a daily basis. And I get it takes away time that I could be doing other things, but it gives me so much more juice and power throughout the day that when I do tackle those other challenges, it's much easier. Right. And by the way, when you're in routine, when things will pop up, you handle them and then you go right back into the routine. Don't let little things throw you off. And a lot of times when you are trying something new or you're trying to learn a skill, it's those little things that do throw you off, right? So it's just being committed to the process, being committed to learning, right? You have to look bad before you can look good. And as long as you understand that, hey, looking bad and messing things up is just part of the process until you get good at it, that's fine, right? That's that mindset that you'll understand and you'll continue to drive and continue to push yourself forward and get shit done, right? It's not easy, right? I've been in London for 15 years now, okay? I just started where I'm the bank on one program, and I did this 4 months ago. All right. That is an absolute learning curve because there's other things now that I have to check in on. I have to check in on the AR. I got to check in on the AP. I got to make sure everything's being tracked and recorded properly. Right. And if not, shit can get derailed. But when I'm doing it the right way, seems that everything flows. Okay. And so that's part of that learning curve, guys. And everyone goes through it. No one's immune to it. You just have to kind of understand that it's there and that's part of the process. Anything else, Dave?
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it pretty spot on with, that new project that you're working on within your company, right? But just even take the small things, right? Just track things, track it. What gets measured gets improved. And I think people take that for granted. It's okay. Well, I'm just going to track my gym workout. Maybe I'll track my food, track everything, man. And it's one thing I never really adapted full, even training, because you get this ego a little bit, right? Like, oh shit, man, I've been an athlete forever. Like, it's all good. I'll come here, I'll do that. But number one, it takes the guesswork out of everything. And then number two, you flow and you're so much more efficient. And then you know where you have gaps in certain things, right? So it's like, all right, last week, I can improve on this. Or take the gym, for example. Oh man, I'm feeling kind of sluggish. What did I do last week? Oh shit, I did that, man. Like, I don't want to go backwards. I got to keep that benchmark. So like, track everything, man.
Dude, I got to tell you something. I switched. I've always worked out by myself, right? Mm-hmm. So I would throw workouts together depending on what I felt like, and it worked, right? And I was in good shape, right? But now I'm trying something. I actually have a fitness app. It costs like $80 a year. but it gives me all the workouts, tracks everything I do, and mixes it up constantly.
Yeah.
And since I started doing that, one, it took a lot of the guesswork out. Two, like you said, it tracks everything. And three, it puts me on autopilot. Okay, this is what I got to do today. Done. All right. And now I know I'm mixing it up. I'm not doing the same types of exercises every single week. Right. So I'm actually making way more progress.
Yeah.
And it helps, dude.
Yeah, and it does. And I'll throw in a little tip here because this is something that I learned about myself. And shout out to Brad because he was a big influence on this. But you guys really want to dial in and look good besides lifting weight, really track your diet. I know it's like, all right, like that's stupid. All right, eat inputs, outputs, whatever. But like when you really dial in the macros, right? When you look at your protein intake and so forth, which I talk shit on it for years, right? I'm like, yeah, that's stupid, right? But the moment you dialed it in and with everything else, now you understand and you can control everything, not just lifting the weights. You're controlling what goes in your mouth. Yeah, I know I'm not supposed to eat certain times, whatever. But when you're really dialed in on that, you're going to see the results. Even at my age, at 44, man, like I'm not on TRT yet or anything like that. And dude, it works because again, what gets measured, it gets obtained, it gets results. You can understand what's going, the inputs and outputs. But for all you guys just on that diet side, try that for 30 days, see what it does.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for tuning in. We will catch you on Financial Fitness Friday. Take care, guys.
Be great, y'all.